Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we have completed CheckToken and get all user API of Cafe Management System project. If you are not seeing that video, just go to the description and check out the link. In this video, we are going to write few more APIs of user. So let us start with that. So let us scroll a little bit over here. And okay, so we have to go to the models. You can see there's a model folder over here. Right click on this, click on add, and you have to click on new item. And then we have to go to the code, and from here we have to create few classes. So the first class will be for response. Please enter, and inside this one we have to write public string message and get set. And after that, one more model we have to create. So let's click on new item, and over here we have to next model we are going to create to change the password. So just write change password, press enter, and inside this one you write public string old password get set. And after that, public string, okay, this should be small over here, and in the response I think also we can write small. Save it, and string new password get, save it. After this, we have to go to the user controller and top of this page, and here we are going to import few things. So here we are going to write using system dot input output using system dot net dot for mailing purpose we are going to use. After that, using system dot grid dot tasks. After that, using system dot web. These things you need to import. After that, you have to create an object of response. So here we write response, and our response is string new response. Create the object, and we already import this one, so that's why we are able to import this one response. Okay, now go to scroll down to the below get all users API here, and now we have to write a to update API, right? So I'm going to write here, let's scroll this one, http post method, we need this one, and route UI will be update user status, and here this will be protected by custom auto authentication filter, this one. And after that, public http response message, and here we have to write update user status, and inside this one we have to pass user and user, and here we have to write try catch block exception yes, and if any error occur, in that case we also need to return. So return request dot create response, and inside this one we have http status code dot internal server error, and we have to return whatever the error. And in try block we have to write output where token is equals to request. Actually, this API is only usable by admins, so that's add some restrictions. So headers dot get value. So get value, and here we have write authorization JSON dot first and token claims is equals to token claim is equals to token manager dot validate token, right? Token claims dot rule is not equals to admin. In that case, we are going to return. Okay, by mistake it's okay. So here we have to write return request dot get response, and here we write http status code dot unauthorized. Okay, so if the user role is not admin, so in that case we are going to return it, and if admin, then we are going to move at this point. Okay, and here we have to user bj is equals to db, and here we have to go with users and dot find. We are searching for that particular user dot id, and if user object is null, so user obj, sorry, not this one brackets, so it should be if condition. If user obj is equals to null, in that case we have to response dot message and is equals to user id does not found. This error we need to return request dot response and http status code dot ok, and we are just going to response with response and if this object is not null, so in that case we are going to return user obj. Okay, so what we are expecting is we are going to get user id from like UI. So this id I'm talking about. Okay, so if we get two id, so in that case we are going to search in our database that this user exists or not, and after that we are going to update that if exists. Okay, so user status is equals to user dot status and db dot into, and here we have to pass the user obj dot status state system dot data dot entry state dot modify. This one we need to write, and db dot save changes, and here we have to response dot message. We need to set user status updated success. Save this, put semicolon. After that return request dot create response, and here we write http status code is dot ok dot response save. And let's try to run this one and let's test it out this API. Okay, so it will take few seconds to run this. Just wait for it. So till that point, we are going to do the changes. We are going to copy this one. And as this is a post API, I'm going to change it over here. I'm going to write a post, paste it over here. And the URL is for update status. Just copy it and paste it over here. The body, the raw, and here we need to change the JSON. Here we have to pass ID. So I'm going to write the ID and then I'm going to write 2. And after that, we are also expecting the status right here. It should be in double quotes. And here we have to write status. And here we have to write true. And if I go to the database, you can see the status of, okay, it's already true. I'm going to change this to the false, try to change this to false. And let's go back. Let's see, like our application is up. Yeah, it's up and running. So if I try to hit this one, let's write a wrong ID first. Try to hit it. Okay, so we are getting unauthorized because we are not using the token. So we just go over here and generate a login token. Here you can see I hit the API, incorrect password. Okay, I made the changes in the email address. I have changed to @mailinator.com. So just copy paste that one. Sit over here. Okay, so this is just a user role. So we also need to get the admin one. So I'm going to copy this one. And here we need to paste it. Paste it over here, and here we need to change the admin. And let me hit API. And here you can see we get the token. So I'm going to use this token. So I'm going to over here, authorization, just change to bearer token. I'm going to paste it over here. Now I'm trying to access this. You can see user ID does not find. You can see we are getting this message because it's trying to find with the ID, but it's not able to find it. So it's returning it. So I'm going to change it to 2 and I'm trying to send it. And you can see user status updated successfully. Okay, so let me try to execute this one. You can see the status has been changed to false. So it means that our status change API is working fine as expected. Now get back to over here, stop this one process debugging, and let's write one more API to change password. So I'm going to outside of this bracket, I'm going to write the here. Let me scroll this one and HTTP post method and route, and here we have to write change password, and here we write custom authentication filter public HTTP response message and change password. And in this we need to pass change password. Change password. So we have created a method 2 minutes ago over here, and inside this one we have to write try catch block catch, and here we have to write exception ex, and inside this one we have to return request dot create response and HTTP status code dot internal server error dot ex, and here in the try block we have to write where token. Actually like we also need to get the email address from the token, right? As we have to change the password because might be some user sending some other email address and we are trying to change the password of the user. So in that case we are going to get the values from the token so that we can authenticate that particular user who want to change it. So for that purpose we have to get the email address from the token. So request dot header dot get value get value, and here we put authorization dot first, and claim token claim token manager dot validate token, and in this we just need to cause a token return, and here we write user obj object and db dot users dot where plus and uh, x dot email is equals to token claim token claims dot email address and x dot password is equals to change password dot old password. So if we are able to find it with these details, like first or default, this one. Let me minimize this now, and you can see the complete line. And if we are able to find it with email address and password, so in that case we have to change the password, else we need to return the errors. If user obj user obj is not equals to null, in that case we found the that user correctly, like the old password is correct. So in that case we have to just update password, so change password dot new password dot entry user obj dot state, and here we have got system entity, this one, that is entity model modified, and db dot save changes, and here we write response dot message equals to password updated successfully, semicolon, and then we have to return request dot get response. Here we have write http status code dot key, and we write response, and in else condition, let me show this one, and response dot message is equals to incorrect old password, semicolon, and return request dot create response, and http status code dot bad request, and we will pass the response, put semicolon, and save this. So you can see our API change password API is ready. So let me extend this one, let me pin this one, and here we are expecting these two fields, right? So I'm just going to paste this one, and I'm going to do the modification over here. So old password, and we are expecting new password, right? So I'm going to write a new password and change this one to new password. So as we are using the admin token, so we have to pass old password as an admin, and we have to change it password to 123, and we also need to change the URL. So I'm going to the user controller again, change password. I'm going to copy this one and paste it over here, and if I try to hit this API, so it will need to work, but for now first we are going to pass the wrong old password and try to hit it. Okay, so actually we did not started our application, so let us start that. So here our application is up and running. So let's hit the API. And here you can see we are getting the 400 bad request, incorrect old password. If I change this one to admin and if I try to hit the API, you can see password updated successfully. If I go over here, if I execute this one, you can see password has been changed to 122. It means that it's working fine as expected. Let me stop this and let's write one more API. Before writing any API, I just want to tell you have to go to your email address and we have to send the email to whenever we forget the password, right? So you have to go to your email address and you have to go to the security of your page and then you have to enable two-factor authentication. Once you enable the two-factor authentication, you are able to see the app password. From there, you have to generate a password to send the mail, and that password you are going to use to send the mails, right? So just do these steps and get back to the code, okay? And after that, here we have to generate template. So right click on this one, add new folder. Here we write template, and here we have to add one more item. And here we have to create a web data or general. Okay, so it should be HTML page. You can design as per your choice. So I'm just creating a basic one. So forget dash password and click on add. You can see inside this one we have to just delete these parts. Okay, here we can write forgot password, and over here we can write bold, and here we have to write your login details for cafe management system. Then the next bold, and here we have to just change first paragraph, then bold, and here we write email, and inside this one, okay, so bold should close, and here we have to just pass, put a space over here, and here we have to create a variable also email and keep bold, and here we have to pass password and put space, and here we have to just password, and as we also need to add a link over here, so I need to write a friend int URL, and here click here to login. We are just going to write this code, and header we don't need, just remove this one. And so we are going to call this template, and we are going to replace with the actual email address and password, and whatever the front end URL, we are going to replace all these fields. We are going to replace it. Okay, so now it's time to go to the web configuration of this page. Scroll down over here. Now we have to write few lines of the code over here. Okay, at this place below of this one, and here write system dot net. Close this one. Let's scroll this one. After that, mail settings, and here we write SMTP from, and here we have to write email address. Whatever the email address you want to use to send the mails, you have to configure it over here. Let's close this one, and here we have to write your email address .com, and after that, inside this one we write network, and you pass the host, and host I'm using Gmail, so smtp.gmail.com, and here we write port 587, and after port user name we have to pass. So you have to use the same Gmail address over here. So I'm just going to paste it over here. And after that, we write password. So whatever the generated password, as I have shown you, you have to use that one. So generated password. Don't use your main password of that particular account. Okay. So after that, enable SRL. And here we will just pass through. Save this. Now get back to the your user, just go to the controller, and here is the user controller. Open this one, scroll down of this page, and here we have to create inside work, right? We have to create a private method string create email body, and here we have to just copy this one, and here we write a string email string password. Here we have to write try catch block catch. Here we write exception ex, and here we have write console dot write line ex and return null, and here in the try block we have to write string body is equals to string dot empty initially, and after that using string reader and reader new stream reader. Okay, so it should be new stream reader, this one, and inside this one we have to pass http. Just close this bracket also. http context, actually not this one, context, and dot current. Okay, so it should content. Okay, so it should be context dot current dot server dot map path, and inside this we will write template. We have to call this folder, so template late finish forgot password dot html. Let me minimize this one for now. Put semicolon over here. Okay, it's giving us error. I think one more closing bracket will need to over here. You can see error has been removed. Put enter. You can see the complete line at once now. And after that, we have to just write here body is equals to reader dot read. Okay, it should be reader is equals to read to end. So given this error because we have added semicolon, so we can get the over here, but we need to execute it inside this one, so we have to not add that one. Okay, so read to end, semicolon now. And after that body dot replace value, and here we have to just pass email, and in this we just need to write email address, and we are going to just replace it over from the template body dash body dot replace, and here with the another column that will be password, and then another field actually. So password, and at last field body dot replace, and here we write front end URL, and here I'm going to write the URL of the UI, so http slash slash local host 4200 slash semicolon at the end, and return body. We just need to return the body, and you can see error has been removed. Now we have to write the code for API, forget password API, and we're going to call this method inside that one. So here I'm going to write http host and route, and write forgot password, and this one public async, and here we have to use task, and here we write http response message, and here we write forgot password, and here we are expecting from body, and here we are expecting user, and inside this one we have to write user dot user obj, and okay, not dot user, and obj is equals to db dot users dot, and here we write x is okay, so it should not like this, it should be this bracket, and here we write x dot email is equals to user dot email, and here we write first or default, and then we have to set the response message password sent successfully to your email will return this message. Okay, and if user obj is equals to null, then we don't need to send the email address, but we are going to send the same response to the particular user that the password has been sent successfully. So that user, if any hacker or anyone wants to get to know that which email address exists in his database or not, so it's in that case it will be very difficult to send the by this. Okay, and here we have to write create response and http status code dot okay. We're going to return the response, and after this one we have to write where message is equals to new mail messages, and message dot to dot add, and here we write new mail address okay, inside this one we have to write mail address, and inside this one user dot email semicolon over here, and message dot subject is equals to password by management system, and message dot body and that we are going to call it from this method. And inside and here we just need to pass user dot email and user obj dot password, which we have searched it from database. The message dot is body html is equals to true, and using var smtp is equals to new smtp client, and here we have to just await smtp dot send mail afin, and just pass the message over here and await task dot from result, and here we just need to pass the 0 output save, and at the end we have to just return the response. So request dot create response http status code dot ok dot response, and save this. And then we have to just start. Okay, so before starting this we also need to change the password, so I'm just going to change it and then we're going to start that. So here you can see our services is up and running. So let's get back to over here, and here we just need to remove this field, and here we have to change this one to email, and here we just need to pass the correct email address. So I'm going to change, just pass this one btechdays@millimeter.com. I'm going to paste it over here, and I'm also going to copy paste the URL, this part, and I'm trying to send this. You can see it's sending request. It will take few seconds to send the mail, so we have to just wait for that. You can see password sent successfully. If I go to the mailinator, so you can see we got a mail over here. If I open it, you can see here your login details for cafe manager. Okay, then you have to put a space over here, and here you can see the email address. So you can see the password. If I click here to login, it will route us to localhost 4200, which is not up and running right now, so it will give us error. And let's go to the this one, and let's check that. Put the template over here, and the forget password, just put a space over here, space, and save this. So it means that our application is working as expected, related to forget password. So this is all about all the APIs of user. I hope you guys like this video. So please hit like and subscribe my channel.